Well, good morning, July 21st. And looky here. We've been looking at this now for over a week, and I continue to see, and I'm sure you're beginning to see as well, um, there are some things setting up that don't look like they're, how shall we say, temporary or momentary anomaly. Um, I am seeing, and all of you have now been watching with me, a distinct, look at this, right here over the Americas. The vortices over the Midwest, as you can see, is now transporting itself directly due south. Now, Paul Beckwith, you are a good man. I thank you. The world owes you a thank, because as you can now see, ladies and gentlemen, this is no longer speculation. This is no longer a hypothesis. You can see this. We have seen it every day, sometimes twice a day, as it just continues. And this, folks, is a north-south cascading current directly down. Now, what I want to pay attention to as well is look what's happened over here in Africa. What we have seen the last week, where this, the only thing I can describe them, they're currents. This wind current began to form over the Indian Ocean. We'll look at it here in a second. Began to hit Africa, and at first the land somewhat abated, it looked like, but then it just picks up steam. The speed on this is increasing as well. Look up here on the very highest point. We're at nearly 200 kilometers. Intensifying. You can see these vortices, how they are now beginning to intensify, pulling the currents down. Look at over here, right off the coast. I think that is, now you can really see how good I am at geometry. I think that's Madagascar. I'm not sure. But in any case, you can see it coming right over the equator. And this is the equator, folks, right here. And you can just see it just cascading over. So let's pull out here. Let's give the equator view. Let's see what it's telling us. Well, there you go. So let's take a look at what we're seeing here. We're seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it looks to be 6. So let's just increase it here a little bit so we can all see together. So look at this. I mean, as you begin to look at what the jet stream is doing at the 250 millibars, it's obviously becoming very, very well distinct. Now, as I said in one of the previous videos, it's going to be curious to see as we begin to head back towards the fall equinox, are we going to see the north jet stream pick up in intensity, because it's very fractured right now, which is typical in the summertime. It does do that because that's just the way the earth it turns. But as we can see in the southern hemisphere, this is just absolutely incredible. Let's go all the way up to the very top of the atmosphere. And there you go, folks. There you go. Amazing, isn't it? Our planet is just an amazing living organism. And I don't know, I kind of try to put things into perspective for myself, is that, well, so what if we were looking at this as a human being? What would we say with it? Well, we'd say that the patient is sick, maybe not showing a lot of symptoms now, but beginning to show symptoms of something much more serious. And I think that's exactly what we have here. I think what we have here, as Paul Beckwith alerted the world to, it's no longer an intermixing. I think that what we have to say, it is a mixing of the two jet stream, folks. And I think the best evidence is particularly over here in the Indian Ocean, heading over into the southern Atlantic. Well, let's keep our heads up on this. We'll track this during the year. I'll start doing these on a daily report. I've seen enough of the requests, and I'll start doing it. All right, my friends,